Nana Kwambediakon, aka Cheddar, is a political candidate in Ghana who is a newbie in the political arena who has gained a lot of popularity because he was already known. He was already a successful businessman that was known in Ghana as Cheddar before he decided to take to the post. Now, he has passed a comment about how he feels that the ongoing demonstrations in Ghana, that the youth, I think mainly the youth, are protesting against government with regards to the galamseys and how it's spoiling our water bodies and how inconvenient it is for most of us in the country, and how the ripple effects or the future consequences of these actions might go a long way to affect all of us and our generations to come. He feels like this whole agenda, this whole thought of having to go out there and protest, it's not the best. It's sort of going to destabilize the peace of the country, because he believes that there are people that are politically motivated that are heading these demonstrations. And he made mention of some of the demonstrations that personally he's witnessed, that he can say that people that actually funded and then initiated these demonstrations were politically motivated from particular political parties. He wasn't really clear about which political parties or party was involved in that. Involved in engineering that kind of demonstration. But you and I know it's obvious who he's talking about, right? Basically, everything that he's saying is about the fact that don't do protest, okay? Don't do protest. Summary. Don't do protest because these protests are politically motivated. And then if you are not careful, because of somebody's political motivations or political scheme and plans, you might be caught in a situation that you might not like. Like being arrested, like some of our people, some of our brothers that are currently have been remanded, that are in the police custody for. Some of them didn't even do anything. They were just standing at the pavement. Some of them were close from church, coming home, and then they got arrested. So he's saying that to be on the safe side as a youth, you should know where this game is. You should know what the game is. And then don't try to join this game, because if you try to join, you might end up being a laughing stock because you'll be part of somebody's scheme, somebody's plan. Well, on the grand scheme of things, I think that would have been a good advice. Okay, because from how he's talking, it looks like he has an intel, he has an actual evidence to some people that are actually orchestrating all these demonstrations, right? And he has a point. Okay, I'm trying to be as fair as I can be. I'm not here to criticize someone or actually take sides. We are trying to look at the issue holistically and to look at it in a way that at the end of the day, it's going to be of value to all of us. Then I leave it to you to decide. So from his angle, what he's trying to say is he knows that there are people that are behind these demonstrations. Okay, and these people are people that are politically motivated, like I said. So don't involve yourself in it, because he feels like it's wrong. But in a certain sense, I think that's a half communication, right? That was a half communication, and it's a half communication because there are people that are currently in police custody. Some of them were not even part of the demonstration. Some of them were clearly wearing church attire and they were coming from church because it was a Sunday, and they got arrested. They were blamed, they were arrested and given charges for demonstrating when they were not even part. We saw the videos, it was clear. Right. So if Nana Kwame Bediako is talking about this, and then without even registering or even showing any level of empathy, because some of these captives, people that have been captured right now in the police custody, apparently there's a woman there that's even pregnant, 4-month pregnant, right? And Charlie, he totally ignored that aspect. I feel like he should have at least touched on it. He should have touched on it, at least show some level of empathy, remorse, some level of he knows that these things are probably politically motivated in a certain sense, so we should be careful. Fair advice, a good advice from a big brother, that's fine. I think it's reasonable. Personally, I've even sat here to say that we feel like most of these demonstrations are actually organized by some people with political interest. Because we saw somebody speaking in a very inhumane way it wasn't humane at all how the person was speaking. That guy, what's his name, Ralph, he was speaking in a very bad way. That I was like, no, if this person really has the interest of Ghanaians at heart, he wouldn't speak the way he's speaking. So there are people that are in there for their own personal reasons. Yeah, we know Ghana politics is very tricky, it's very delicate, it's very intricate, because I mean people are influenced by money and they can go any distance to actually make sure that they get what they want to get from a particular situation. That's it. That's nobody cares about the country. Only a few. Yeah, so it's delicate. We understand. We know that there could be the chances of, yes, we understand. That's a very good observation. But people are in jails for just standing on pavement blocks. They didn't really apply any force or try to actually do anything drastically unlawful. And they are still in police custody. Some of them said even 2 days they have not been given water or food. And I feel like a political figure that you are trying to gain the love of the people. I think he should have at least touched on it, because now, unconsciously, what this is communicating to most of us, the youth, is you might even do worse when you come to power. Yeah, because to me, it's a bit of a lack of empathy. Yes, there's political insights there that yes, but at least for the sake of humanity, touch on these people that are in cells so that we know your stance, that okay, you are giving an advice that is actually feasible and actually coming from a good place. But when you talk about this and then you leave the situation open for us to discuss, we would think, yo, you are not even in power now, and then you are acting like somebody when it comes to power, he wouldn't really feel the pain of the people. Okay, personally, I admire him a lot. I mean, the way he speaks, the way he's very respectable man, very respectful. It's an honorable man, but I feel he should have at least touched on that. So most people are not happy with it because we feel like, nah, Charlie, he should have at least had some empathy, because these are people's families that have been caught in that. People, those that have been illegal, those that did things that were wrong, should be lawfully prosecuted. But some of these people were clearly people that didn't do anything wrong. They just found themselves in the wrong place at the wrong time, and they got arrested. So at least some level of empathy should be, they deserve some level of empathy as Ghanaians. And even the whole cause of the demonstration is to demonstrate against the water that are being spoiled. Galamsey is spoiling our waters, and these people have actually come together to actually protest. It doesn't matter that, it does matter to a certain, but in the grand scheme of things are getting out of hand. And then these are the reasons why these people are demonstrating. And everybody can attest that it's true. Galamsey is actually spoiling our water bodies. Now, look at River and Cobra. Sport. It looks like tea. Lipton. Do you know Lipton? Lipton, like if you succumb, like with money, you if you buy bread, and go sit there. Make you no worry your body, go buy, don't make no spend money plenty. Go buy bread, big bread, and probably a trabi. With one cobra, if you live close there, you go use them as tea. It's poor. Wait, aside that, there's a man that was talking about the fact that he feels like we should be more careful with the galamsey thing because it's spoiling our water bodies. And he made an example with regards to the fact that he thinks even bush meat that we consume, people that are lovers of bush meat, that eat bush, that consume bush meat that we use for our krantian kwine in our country, like the soups and everything, they should be careful because these bush meats or these animals also, they drink from the same rivers. And these rivers are polluted. Chemical. These galamsey people, they use chemicals to actually pollute the rivers. And if the river has become poisonous, this is the same stream that these animals also take in. So if you are a lover of bushmeat grana, you should be careful because if you consume these animals, because their system has been it's full of toxins, you will also consume the animal without knowing that the animal has been polluted in a certain kind of way. At the end of the day, you might end up acquiring a lot of sickness for yourself. So this is how delicate the whole situation of the galamsey is. even though there might be political interest, there might be political games, there might be political schemes. I think it's one of those things. It's life. You can't have total control over a cause because there's always going to be hooligans. There's always going to be stubborn people. There's always going to be the schemers around. But let's look at the issue on board. What's the intention? What are they trying to? Okay, they try to protest against Galamsey. The government realized it's Galamsey that they are protesting against. Okay, what's the issue? Galamsey. Okay, this is why the people were protesting. So, is it an issue that's helping the country? Is it not helping the country? What ways are we going to address it? That, Charlie. But for him to come out to say what he said, he emphatically said that he's not changing his stance. So, I'm not sure whatever we say will change his mind about it. But I mean, personally, if I was in his shoes, I'm not going to be in his shoes because I'm not a political figure in any way. I don't also look out to say in the future I'll be a politician, but I don't think that with regards to the course that he's taking on, some of these comments will go a long way to help him. It got to a time the youth were really vibing and really waving to his aura and everything, but when he said this and people started really looking at him in a certain way, it's quite disheartening. And even in the past, Nana Kwame Bediako actually, there's a point that there's a video out there that he actually endorsed the Occupy the Jolobi House protest. In the past, he actually endorsed it and threw his weight behind it. There are even reports that he even went to the extent of even providing some level of food for the people that actually went to the protest. It's not verified, but these are things that people are actually saying that he provided some level of incentive to them. Well, personally, if that's what people are saying, but personally, if you ask me, I would say no. Maybe that time he didn't know what he knows now, that they were these demonstrations were politically motivated. So that one day, I don't think maybe we can hold it against him because I mean, people grow, people realize different truths as they are climbing the ladder of their various careers. So maybe as he was elevating the ladder, he had some people to actually reveal the truth about the situation to him, and now he has changed his mind. Fair enough. That's cool. I think it's human. It's natural. It's an experience in life he's gained. But he should understand that so far as he also didn't know, right, that these people or these in the past, he didn't know that these protests were actually motivated politically. Somebody out there, he was even very much exposed, but he didn't know. So imagine an average Ghanaian. Most people don't even know that these protests are actually politically motivated. So I mean, even if they don't know, yes, fine. We will draw your attention to it that this is the situation, this is the pitfalls of what you are doing. But it doesn't mean that if you are in a situation that is not fair in a certain kind of way, I don't have to show my empathy or show any form of remorse to what the government is doing to some of the citizens. I think he can come again with that, because if Theodore even said some time back that when they were doing that the demonstration in the past, he joined the demonstration. Some demonstration, I've forgotten the name, Fix the Country. If Theodore even said that they were actually NPP people that were part of the Fix the Country demonstration. And what they were doing was they were actually soliciting for opinions. They were actually on the grounds and hearing what they have to say and then taking it back to the headquarters of the NPP. Right. So, and that's politics. It's politics is a game. I mean, it's politics, and that's what they are doing. So it's very delicate to fight any form, to have any form of activism in Ghana, because the system, the politics here is too intricate. It's too delicate. Okay, you don't know who is doing who. You don't know the intention behind why somebody is doing. You don't know whether what the person is doing is from a genuine place or it's from their personal. Nobody knows. It's very delicate. Yeah, very delicate. Very delicate. That's why personally I struggle to actually partake in this politics, because you don't know the interest. You don't know why somebody. It's full of personal interest. It's full of collective interest. So fighting any form of political fights, any form of like cause in Ghana, Charlie, it's a long haul. it's a long haul. Charlie, it's delicate. It's tiring. But Charlie, we will say that the police should do well to also free the citizens that have been captured. Some of them obviously were against the law. Some of them actually, we saw some of them actually doing things that were technically not legal, and those people should be prosecuted. But some people were not even part of the demonstration. They should be released. They should be released, Charlie. They were just, some of them just close from church, some were just passing by. Me, that I'm a media person, if I was passing, right, and I saw the demonstration, the chances of me actually removing my phone to actually capture the moment was very high. And I'm sure if I was there at the wrong time for some reason, I would have been part of them. But some of them actually said that they were actually there and just, they felt like they should just take pictures and the police captured them. It could have been me, it could have been you. You never know. You never know where you might be at where. So we shouldn't be happy that some of these things are happening, and we should find ways to actually criticize, because today is somebody, tomorrow it might be you or your family member. Charlie, so let me end today's edition of Trends here, and I'll definitely see you on the other side. The name remains Donald, and don't mind me, Charlie. The issues happening in Ghana, sometimes it has a toll on me a lot, but Charlie, it could be. You get it. Yes. So the name remains Donald, but not Trump. I'll see you on the other side. Peace.